Welcome to another Telltale Books video. I'm Greg, and I'm going to continue my series, which is advanced quite far already, of Everything I Can Get My Hands On by Harlan Ellison. And so this video, I'm going to talk about the 22nd Harlan Ellison work on my bibliography of him. The more recent stories that I've been getting into have been the stories he wrote based on his experiences in a street gang in Brooklyn. My last video being Made in Heaven, which was a really intense story about a woman in a street gang and dealing with the people who want to do wrong to her. Very good story. And then he comes back with But Who Wilts the Lettuce? But Who Wilts the Lettuce is a short story written by Harlan Ellison, published in the September 1956 issue of Amazing Stories under the pseudonym of Ellis Hart. So I think Ellison kind of knew that he was writing this for the money. It wasn't the best he could do, but it was a paycheck. And if you want to read the story, and this is further evidence of how Ellison kind of disowns this one. If you want to read it, you're going to have to get a hold of a copy of Amazing Stories from September 1956, because it has not been collected. It has not been anthologized. I first was able to find the story in a free PDF online of the September 56 issue of Amazing. I liked the issue enough that I found a really nice copy of that issue, and so I have the physical issue. Got a great Ed Valgursky cover of a spaceman killed by a couple of arrow shots on an airless planet, which makes it really, really intriguing. Kind of want to know the story behind that. I don't know if that illustration actually goes with any of the stories. A lot of the times the illustrators were just asked to produce a cool science fiction illustration, and it had absolutely nothing to do with any of the stories in the magazine. So I don't know. It definitely does not have anything to do with But Who Wilts the Lettuce. Say that a number of times fast. I can't talk tonight. Okay. So, basic synopsis without doing spoilers. A man is in a Chinese restaurant, asks for his check. Of course, he gets a fortune cookie with it. He opens up the fortune cookie, reads the fortune, and has a nonsensical fortune. Something like "You Are Tuesday" or something like that, if I remember correctly. Well, he wants to know what the heck. And so he asks the waiter. The waiter just shrugs his shoulders. He asks to see the manager about it. Waiter sends him over to the manager. The manager says he doesn't know. They just buy these from a distribution company, and they come that way. And so then he gets the address of the distribution company from the manager, and he tracks his company down, and he goes there to find out why the hell they would say he is Tuesday on a fortune cookie. What is that supposed to mean? What kind of fortune is that? It's a lighthearted work, humorous, told completely tongue-in-cheek. It doesn't read it doesn't feel at all like the other Harlan Ellison stories that I've been reading lately. It feels more like what anybody else might have written in the 1950s for Galaxy magazine of fantasy and science fiction. Amazing, writers like Robert Bloch or Jerome Bixby or maybe Damon Knight might have wrote something like this. But it doesn't feel like a Harlan Ellison story, honestly. The stories like Made in Heaven that I've been reading the last couple months I feel are far better stories than this one. So this isn't getting anywhere near a top tail. And it doesn't get into any big issues. It's just a fun science fiction fantasy with kind of a weird twist, but not really a Twilight Zone twist. Um, Enjoyable, but nothing that you get to the end and say, "Oh, that's nice." It's just a nice story, which is not what you expect from Harlan Ellison. That's not why you open a Harlan Ellison book, and that's probably why Ellison never collected it in any of his own collections, because it doesn't read like a Harlan Ellison story. It doesn't really fit with his brand, you could say. But it wasn't a bad story. Ellison would probably say it was bad and probably call me an idiot, but I thought it was okay. So the person that should read it, if you're interested in Harlan Ellison and want to read everything by Harlan Ellison, you want to track this issue of Amazing down and read this story. It is interesting. If you just like the other kind of light science fiction stories that were being written in the 50s, this fits in very well with what other writers were doing at the time. And it's a short story, it won't take much of your time. Like I say, I originally found a PDF of this that was absolutely free, so it might not cost you anything. But for everyone else, for somebody that's expecting Repent Harlequin or I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, no, don't bother with this one. And that's But Who Wilts the Lettuce, Harlan Ellison, number 22 on my list. So we're really moving along with Harlan Ellison. The next one then was published in the same month. Anybody's guess which one was written first or actually appeared first on the newsstand. So Stand Still and Die might have appeared first. I don't know. So I put it at number 23 just because one of them has to be number 23 and the other one has to be number 22, even if they hit the newsstand on the exact same day. So Stand Still and Die, that's another one of his gangland stories, so not science fiction. I expect it will be better though, and I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you are too. I hope you'll join me for that and all the other videos I'm doing. I hope you'll leave comments on this video if you've read But Who Wilts the Lettuce. By the way, the title refers to an actual statement that is made in the story, but exactly how it relates to anything it's kind of weak. But it is a cool title, isn't it? But Who Wilts the Lettuce? it's a really cool, quirky title. Anyway, like this video, subscribe to our channel. Come on back for all these videos I'm doing on all these different authors and more Harlan Ellison to come. A lot more Harlan Ellison to come. My list has 433 works, so we're going to be here for a long time. And I will be here doing these.